How Gordon Ramsay eats at his own restaurants. What do you think Gordon Ramsay eats when he steps into his five-star restaurants? A giant tomahawk steak dripping with butter? A plate of rich truffle pasta? Or does the man behind Hell's Kitchen secretly order a simple bowl of porridge? Well, today we're taking you inside the dining world of Chef Ramsay himself, from his guilty pleasures to his surprisingly humble food choices. Stick around till the end, because what Ramsay orders at his restaurants might shock you more than one of his famous insults. Welcome back to Foodie Circle, where we explore how famous chefs, athletes, and celebrities eat. If you love food stories mixed with a little bit of drama and glamour, make sure to hit that subscribe button before we plate up Ramsay's real-life dining habits. Gordon Ramsay owns more than 50 restaurants worldwide, including Michelin-starred spots like Restaurant Gordon Ramsay in London and Petrus by Gordon Ramsay. On TV, he's always plating up rich beef Wellingtons, lobster risottos, and scallops seared to perfection. So naturally, when people imagine him sitting down at his own restaurant, they picture him devouring Wagyu beef with truffle butter, a perfect rack of lamb, or a $200 seafood tower stacked with lobster claws and oysters. After all, if you own a restaurant empire, wouldn't you eat like a king every single night? But here's the twist. Ramsay is nothing like the fine dining snob people think he is when it comes to his meals. The truth is, Gordon Ramsay is a creature of habit, and he's surprisingly simple when it comes to his food. In interviews, Ramsay has revealed that he hates eating heavy, fancy meals every day. He says, "Chefs who eat rich food every day, they blow up, and I don't want to blow up." Instead, when Ramsay dines at his restaurants, he often orders small portions, light dishes, and lots of vegetables. He'll taste test the menu items, of course, but he's not sitting there with a 10-course tasting menu like a customer. In fact, his personal favorites are seared fish with simple seasoning, light salads with olive oil and lemon, grilled chicken and veggies. Yes, you heard that right. The man who can cook the fanciest meals on earth prefers grilled chicken and salad at his restaurants. But that doesn't mean he's boring. Ramsay does have some restaurant favorites he loves to order for himself. At Restaurant Gordon Ramsay in London, his signature beef Wellington is a dish he's extremely proud of. He'll order it sometimes, but not as a giant plate for himself. He usually shares or tastes it, instead of eating the whole thing. At Bread Street Kitchen, a more casual spot, Ramsay often goes for the burger. But here's the catch. He doesn't load it up with cheese, bacon, and sauces. Instead, he asks for it grilled simply with lettuce, tomato, and just a little sauce on the side. At Lucky Cat in Mayfair, Ramsay enjoys the sushi and small plates. He'll order tuna tartare, scallops, or wagyu tataki, but always in tasting-size bites, never giant portions. So, yes, Ramsay eats at his restaurants, but always in moderation. One thing most people don't know, Ramsay rarely eats a full plate of anything in his restaurants. Why? Because he eats like a judge, not a customer. Whenever Ramsay visits one of his restaurants, he's tasting constantly. A spoonful of risotto here, a slice of beef Wellington there, a bite of dessert. He's not sitting down with a giant feast. Instead, he's sampling dishes to make sure his chefs are keeping up with his high standards. This means that while you or I might walk out of a Ramsay restaurant stuffed to the brim, he often walks out having eaten only a few bites of everything. Here's the part that shocks fans the most. Gordon Ramsay, the man who can eat Michelin-star food anytime he wants, is obsessed with simple comfort food. In interviews, Ramsay has admitted that his go-to meals outside of fine dining include a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast, a tuna melt sandwich, scrambled eggs on toast, a burger, but only occasionally, and his favorite late-night snack, toast with baked beans. Yes, the food king of the world sometimes eats like a college student on a budget. There's also a practical reason Ramsay doesn't devour his restaurant food like a customer. He says chefs who constantly eat heavy meals lose their sharpness and can't cook at the top of their game. That's why Ramsay focuses on portion control. He loves tasting his dishes, but he knows he can't go overboard. At 57 years old, he's still in great shape because he follows a healthy balance. Lots of exercise, cycling, swimming, running, lots of veggies, and lean protein, very few desserts or heavy meals. So when you imagine Gordon Ramsay walking into one of his 5-star restaurants, don't picture him eating like a customer ordering 3 appetizers, 2 entrees, and a dessert. Picture him eating like an athlete who just happens to own a fine dining empire. Here's a fun fact that might blow your mind. When Ramsay eats at his own restaurants, one of his favorite things to order is a vegan dish. That's right. Ramsay once shocked fans by saying, "After years of giving vegans hell, I actually love vegan food." At his restaurants, Ramsay sometimes orders plant-based dishes like eggplant steaks, vegan burgers, or cauliflower steaks. He enjoys them because they're lighter and help him balance his diet. So while you might expect him to be wolfing down tomahawk steaks, sometimes he's eating cauliflower instead. Whenever Ramsay eats at one of his restaurants, he follows 3 simple rules. Never overeat. Even if the dish is amazing, he stops at tasting portions. Eat fresh. He avoids anything too greasy, heavy, or sugary. Respect the chef. Ramsay says he always eats what his team prepares for him. If a chef wants him to try a new dish, he never refuses. These rules keep him healthy, sharp, and connected to his own restaurant teams. Now, here's the big takeaway for us normal people. You don't need to give up your favorite foods. Ramsay doesn't. He still eats burgers, pasta, and even dessert sometimes. The trick is, balance it with healthy meals. Keep your portions in check. Stay active to balance your diet. That's why Ramsay, even in his late 50s, looks younger and fitter than many chefs half his age. So, how does Gordon Ramsay eat at his own restaurants? Not like a spoiled king, but like a disciplined chef who respects his body and his craft. Sure, he'll enjoy a beef Wellington or a fancy sushi roll here and there, but most of the time, it's grilled chicken, veggies, or even a vegan plate. And maybe that's the biggest lesson. The man who could eat anything chooses to eat smart. What do you think? If you owned a Michelin-starred restaurant, would you eat like a customer every night, or would you keep it simple like Ramsay? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into Gordon Ramsay's dining habits, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and join the Foodie Circle family for more behind-the-scenes food stories from athletes, chefs, and celebrities. Until next time, keep your portions balanced and your taste buds curious.